mountain does not move for your plans, it moves you. There was a traveler named Mira. She loved maps more than paths. She planned every step. She measured every risk. She wanted the summit on a schedule. She wanted the view without the ache. I will reach the top by noon, she told herself. So she packed light and set off, certain the mountain would bow to her timetable. But the mountain had its own agenda. It was older than her maps. It had weather and riddles and slow, honest demands. Mira's neat lists and confident stride met something that asked for a different currency: endurance. The path began with gravel and easy slope. She moved quickly at first. Her boots barely scuffed the dirt. Then the trail narrowed. Rocks rose like teeth. Wind found her weaknesses. A mist hid the trail and made the world small. She stumbled. She pushed on. On the second day, rain came. Her pack grew heavy with water. Her rope, once neat, tangled. She tried to hurry. The mountain slowed her with slick stones and cold hands. Her breath came loud in her ears. She met others on the way. Some turned back and laughed at the fog. Some stayed and warmed their hands by the fire, waiting for fair weather. One climber tied herself to a rope and moved slowly, step by careful step. Mira watched them and grew impatient. She refused the rope. She wanted speed. Storms became lessons. Slips became teachers. Her knees scraped against stone. Her palms became calloused. She tested new steps. She fell and learned how to get up without wasting energy. At night she wrapped herself in a thin blanket and stared at the black sky. She thought of her plan. She thought of the summit at noon. Day after day the mountain answered with weather, steep ledges, and a silence that asked for more than ambition. She climbed. She fell. She climbed again. Each hard step burned a line into her resolve. Each setback lasted longer than she expected. She counted days like beads, and the beads grew heavy. On the ridge, where the air thinned and the horizon sharpened, an elder guide appeared like an old stone. The guide's name was Ansel, not young, not hurried, a shape that had learned the mountain's language. He watched Mira rest and tend a raw knee. He did not ask about her map. He only watched. When she finally asked, voice small from cold and effort, "Why does it have to be so hard?" Ansel pointed to the tracks behind them, her marks, her falls, her small pushes higher. He put a weathered hand on her shoulder and said one line, slow and clear. "The mountain does not test your plans. It tests your heart." Mira blinked. The sentence landed like a stone. Ansel continued, "It strips away what was convenient. It presses on what is real. A slope does not punish you for being ambitious. It reveals whether you are ready to be trusted with the summit." She looked at her hands. They were changed, tougher, dirt-stained, certain. She understood then that the mountain's trials were not obstacles to schedule. They were mirrors. They showed what patience and humility and steady work could sculpt. Listen, the mountain in this story is any great task you choose. The job that stretches you, the relationship that tests you, the dream that takes longer than expected. It will not move for your calendar. It will not respect your hurry. It will ask for stamina, not just strategy. It will pound at your shortcuts until they break. This is not to discourage you. It is to steady you. If you want the peak without the practice, you will only get a view you cannot hold. But if you accept the lesson, the slow steps, the repeated rises, the bruises that teach better balance, you become the kind of person the summit was waiting for. So lace your boots. Learn to fall without losing faith. Breathe in the cold. Tie your rope. Walk when the wind tells you to walk. Rest when it tells you to rest. Build a pace that lasts, not a speed that dazzles. When the mountain tests you, do not ask why it is hard. Ask what it is teaching. Let the path answer you by changing how you move. The mountain does not only test those who climb, it makes those who stay the kind of person who can stand on the top.